Okay, everybody, so we're on Daf Yud. We're in the first quarter of Daf Yud. Hani Biryoine. So the one tells a story. The Biryoine, these were tough guys, the Avi B'Shvuse in the neighborhood of Rameir. And Rashi says they're preaching. They were poets, they were inappropriate. And they were disturbing the tzaddik, Rameir. Avi Kaboy Rameir Rachami Alayu. So Rameir said these guys are obviously criminals doing evil, and he was mispala that the Muslim, they should die. Now his wife disagreed here. Amalei Burya, to Visaya, his wife Burya, says, "My daitach, what exactly? What's your svara? I know what you're thinking. You should succeed because it says in the pasuk, Itamu chatoyim, that Hashem should bring the end of the chatoyim." But she said, let's analyze the pasuk. Miksiv choitim. If it would have said the sinners, so then you're right. Itamu the choitim, but it doesn't say. It says the chatoyim. It says the sins itself should end. See, that's one proof. Oid shafil the sefer dikra. If you continue to the end of the pasuk, it says Rishoyim oid einam. So from here, then we can infer that if the sins will go away, the Rishoyim oid einam. We have to get rid of the sins, not the choitim. Ella. So he says, here, script chat. So interesting. He was able to be mispalal that they could do tshuva. Even though it's a little bit difficult concept. Obviously, he didn't think of this right away. Why didn't he think of that? Just down tshuva. It's not so poshut because tshuva, so really, it's to come from oneself. But he mispalal that HaKadosh Baruch Hu should help be ma'or them do tshuva, and they themselves were able to go to tshuva. So the Shoyim on Einam is and so he actually davened that they should do tshuva, and they did tshuva. Amul Stuki the Bruya. See, Rani Akara Loyod. So he says, Stuki has a kasha. The Bruya. It says, Mishum. Loyada Rani. So what's the pshat? I understand. She's Rani's singing is Rina because she can't have children. She's akara, so she's praising Hashem. She's singing. I'm the Shatya. She really say for the go to the end of the pasuk. It says Kiramim b'nei Shemema b'nei Bula Amar Hashem. Pasuk says, because there are many children, Shemema, Nebula, Amar Hashem. So she has children, but they're B'nai Shemema, they're not doing good. Maya Karlayo, the Rani Knesset Yisrael, this is allusion to the Jewish people, Shadayim the Isha Kara, Shaloyolda Bonim. She's praising Hashem that she didn't have children, the Gehenna, she's happy that these are the children she didn't have. So yes, sometimes she's called a Kara, but she's praising Hashem. Only that Stuki that see the pasuk says, Mizmu the dog of the Avshalom B'nai. See the David Nichtam Rebach B'nai Shoyel B'mara. So now the two Perkei Tilim, the two Pitachim. One is Mizbu the David when he runs from Avshalom, and then afterwards it says the David B'nai Avshalom. Now, which happened first? Obviously, Hamiresha. Obviously, Ma'aseh Shoyel was long before Avshalom was around. That was Shoyel chasing David, and Avshalom was his son. So Lichta Beresha. So wouldn't it make sense that the sequence, the order, should be according to the chronological order? You're right. So if you don't believe in the concept of smuchid, which means we place two psukim or two prokim together to allude to something, then it's difficult. But anadashin smuchid, since we believe that sometimes the Torah will place two things together to teach us something. So Lakashon, Rabbi Yochanan, Smuchim in Atayim, Minayin Shem Smuch, Pasuk says explicitly, Smuchim ad Olam Asurim ve'emes v'yasha. So then, in fact, so what's the pshat? So what's the message? So we connect here Avshalom to Goy Gumagol. She'im Yom L'Chodem Klum Yesh Eved Shemoyed B'Rabbi. Is there an Eved that rebels against his master? After Ta'ala Klum Yesh and how Yesh Shemoyed B'Aviv? How can there be an Eved in Chabas Gog is obviously rebelling against his master? And Torah says, yeah, can there be, so here we say yes. Can there be a son that rebels against his father? Yes, that was the fact. What was Shlomo Melech referring to? That her mouth is full of wisdom, there's chesed is on the tongue. They actually said about David that he was constantly praising Hashem. It was obviously wisdom of the mouth of David. He lived in 5 different stages in the world in life, and he always found Shira. If you look in what he said Shira, Shira. When he lived inside his mother, when he was a fetus, he said Shira. The insights, my insight, went out, he continued. He continued. He nursed from his mother. And he looked at her and he said, Shira. He said, look, even when the baby nurses from the mother, look at the chesed of Hashem. What's the gemula? At least he put the dadim of the mother in the place of bina, not lower on the body, by the mokum tinofis. Oh, there was just 2 reasons. Come right, either conditionally stack up mokum erva, not to see the erva, or conditionally where you have to nurse from the mokum to the part of the body which is not clean. So even the small chesed, he was able to give shira. It continues, he saw the downfall of the wicked. He said, shira yitamu chatoyim in haaretz. That the chatoyim here would seem to imply he's talking about Rishayim in haaretz. Rishayim made eilan. V'ochinafshis Hashem haluka. And finally, Stakal became a Misa. Even at the day of death, from the Shiur Shem, Bochi Nafs Hashem L'kai Gadalta Ma'oid Hoid V'Hodar L'Vashta. What does that mean? How do you know that implies Yom Misa? My mashma Yom Misa never. Rav Moshe Binyomin Friedman Yonah Hasti Panechi V'Heluin Toisef Rucha Migaveu. That implies Misa, that they go back, the Ruach goes back, and they become deceased, they end Migaveu. So the pasuk is talking about Misa, and he gave Shira even on the other Misa.